All right, I'm here with Eric Garde. What'd you do?
I tied for first place. My opponent and I, we just wanted to split, so we split first and second prizing. So it's like I won first, or you could say top two, whatever you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
What deck were you on for the event?
I played the best deck, Simple Spoil, Rescue Ace.
All right, before we get into the deck list, is there anyone you wanted to shout out?
Yeah, so shouts to my girlfriend for being super amazing and supportive. Shouts to my team, Team Brick City. Even though there's 4 players on that team now because everyone else hates Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah. Also specifically on that team, shouts to Oscar, because if I don't give him a shout out, then he cries. Shouts to
Damn.
that's Oscar right there. Say hi.
Oscar.
Shouts to Nick. Shouts to Kirk, and shouts to Jose, the G, the God, best spender. And then also, I guess shouts to Steven Santoli. I don't really talk to him, but I just stole his deck list because I thought his list was really clean and fine. But yeah, shouts to him. Yeah, I just want to give him credit for it.
All right, well then let's get into the deck list.
All right, so starting out, 3 Hydrant, and then 4 copies of Airlifter. I know some people play 2. I personally, I don't know. I just like playing 3. It's just having an extra one. I don't know. Just having an extra one feels fine. Maybe I might cut it to 2, but I think it's just personal opinion. However ratio you want to play it. So, and then I play 2 Preventer and then 2 Turb. I think playing 2 is technically the correct ratio because you really don't want to draw into these cards. These cards are searchable and they really don't do anything on their own. You need a Rescue Ace card graveyard or cards in graveyard if you want to summon these out from hand. But yeah, 2/2 is fine. Then I play 3 Impulse and then Fire Engine. Honestly, if you're playing the single version, you just play 1 because it's searchable from the soul. But I think maxing out on 3 is super good, especially against like mid-range decks. So like the mirror match, I guess like I said, mid-range decks. Because you just ditch this card from your hand, you summon Fire Engine. If they special summon, Fire Engine gets you to Airlifter or something else, whatever. Like Hydrant or something. And then if you summon Airlifter, you grab Emergency. And then on your turn, you have 2 buys on board. And then you have 6 cards in hand, I believe. But yeah, I think this engine is, or at least this type of ratio is fine, in my opinion. Just maxing it out.
Sure.
And then I play 3 Emergency. Literally the best Rescue Ace card in the deck. 1 HQ, and then Alert, Rescue, Contain, and Extinguish. Don't really need to play the other trap card. I don't think trap card is that needed in my opinion. As long as you have like these 2, it like usually helps simplify the game state. But yeah, I think this is like the ratio or standard ratio for any Rescue Ace list. So that's all the Rescue Ace cards. Onto like the Simple Spoils. 1 of that. 3 Wanted, and then Snake Eyes. I know some people play 2 or 3 of this card. I feel like it's a bit more redundant if you play multiple copies. Obviously, if you're playing the synchro version, it makes sense to play multiple copies because it gets you to combo. But since this is more so like I guess non-synchro combo deck, playing 1 is just fine. But yeah, this is like the ratio, the 1-3-1. But yeah. And then I guess what's different between my list and Steven Santoli's is he plays 2 Prosperity. I play a 3rd one because I wanted more consistency for the deck. It either gets me into engine or non-engine. But yeah, extra deck is a bit tight, so it's kind of iffy if you play this card. But overall, like I just wanted to play a 3rd one. Maybe in the future I might test out 2 and then experiment with Instant Fusion and Mud Dragon, just so it plays better if your opponent has impermanent effect failure. But yeah, I think over the weekend 3 was fine for me. And then onto the non-engine, 3 Ash, 3 effect failure, 3 Imperm, then 3 Econ. At least these 9 are basically standard. I didn't want to play Nibiru because this format is super diverse, so you don't know what decks you're gonna be playing against. And for like Imperfect Failure and Ash, they at least cover majority of the decks in the format. And then Econ is obviously good against the mirror match because you could just steal like their monster, like Turbulence or Hydra. But yeah, I think Econ came up a few times, and it was very good for me. But yeah, so this is like my 12 non-legend cards.
Sure.
43 in the main deck. Onto the extra. So Field Center token cards. And then, like I said, I played Steven's list, so I'm playing the Terahertz package. So Link Kubo, Link Decoder, Repro, Protect, Firewall, Terahertz, and then the Fusion XYZ. Like playing these 8 cards, like this is the con, like playing 8 cards in your extra deck, so it's not full of utility, but compared to all the other lists, not a lot of lists could combo a lot with just Airlifter, and Airlifter on its own gets to this M board plus set 4. Obviously with the synchro version, you're playing the Isolde and stuff. It kind of requires you to play, what do you call that, the Sinful Spoil package. But yeah, I just wanted Airlifter to at least get me to somewhere, and I thought any on this is way better because you get yourself a Spell Trap Negate, somewhat of an Omni Negate. But yeah, I think that's like the pro for this engine, just having a Spell Trap Negate and somewhat of an Omni Negate. But yeah.
Sure.
And also like Firewall can either like save you, use Black Witch effect, and you send like a, we call it like Ash Blossom effect failure. You can always get it back from Firewall.
Sure.
So I did that a few times, so that was really good. And then IP, SP, nothing to explain here. You just have to play these cards. And then Dark and Hito. This was supposed to be a second SP, but I'm too poor to afford a second SP. So I just thought that if I could summon Dark and steal my opponent's SP, that's kind of like I'm playing the second one. But yeah, this card barely came up. This could probably be a Mud Dragon if I'm playing the Instant Fusion package. But that's pretty much it. And then Sunlight Wolf, Axis, and Typhon. I think I made Sunlight Wolf at least once in a tournament, but I never made these two. But you just have to play them because obviously this card helps OTK, and then this card, like, it barely comes up, but like when it does, and if you don't play it, like this card is actually insane. So yeah, I think this card is just like kind of needed in every deck right now, even if it doesn't come up or you just never summon it. Times where you need it, this card will be there. So I play the 3 Bestials, 1 Magma, and then 2 Juris. Some lists are playing 3 Juris Worm. I just wanted another name, so I just thought that having Magma, just to search for Juris Worm, so I could use it to help break boards on the crackback. So this package is fine. Like obviously it's good against Tier, Dragon Link, or like any other decks that abuses Lion Darks in the graveyard.
Sure.
So yeah. And then play 3 Droll and then 3 Nib. Like I said before, I think this format is very diverse, so you don't know what you're gonna play against. Having like these 6 cards in the side deck just helps out. Honestly, Nib is really good against combo decks and with Droll, but I just don't think they're good enough on its own if you have it in the main deck. Obviously, if you have multiple hand traps, it's like good, but like Droll is like kind of iffy because I played a lot of Infernobles yesterday, and Droll was like either good or it was like kind of cheeks. But yeah, it's just like you kind of have to play for combo decks. And yesterday, Droll was actually good against like those combo decks,
Sure.
such as Infernobles. 3 Book of Moon. This is kind of like my pseudo call by. So if I summon Turbulence and if my opponent, and I use Turbulence and they imperm effect failure, I have this to like have protection. And so I'm still resolving Turbo effect to set 4. But yeah, this card is just like a pseudo call by the grave. And if I don't use it, at least is good on my opponent's turn, where I could just like interrupt the normal summon, or is like, you know, use it as an interruption. But yeah. And then I play Fire Attacker. Not a lot of people are playing this card. This card, in my opinion, is actually really good, especially with Impulse, because against combo decks, if you have Impulse and you use the effect, you summon Fire Attacker, right? You get to draw 2 and discard 1 card, so it helps you see or draw into your non-engine cards. So just having this card against those combo decks is really good, in my opinion. Duster against like any back row decks or the mirror match, and then Cowboy because I need a time card, even though I barely summoned this card, so maybe I might cut it for like pink or something. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, thanks for the list.
No problem.